Overcoming myths and objections in income properties. Our lease form lacks CapEx cost recovery. You know, my mentor in the shopping center business was never afraid to add a lease amendment. And the fact of the matter is, this kind of an objection is exactly what a lease amendment is for. Lease modifications are very common in the business, and mutually beneficial language should not be difficult to add mid-lease. It really shouldn't be. Okay? Moreover, modifying existing lease forms and renewals to include CapEx cost recovery language will avoid the need for amendments in the future. Okay? The good thing about it, too, is people think intuitively that somehow the CapEx cost recovery is an onerous, evil amendment, that somehow the landlord's trying to commandeer dollars of the tenant to pay for improvements to his own building, and the tenant will lose access to those improvements when he ends his lease. You know, properly done, CapEx cost recovery could be a win-win for everybody. I mean, wouldn't you like, if you're a tenant, and let's say your lease is up in 2 or 3 years, but you'd really like to have new lighting to get all those other non-utility cost financial and non-financial benefits, wouldn't you like the landlord to be able to advance the money to do that improvement and take it out of your energy savings? It's like getting another credit line that you didn't count on having. And he'll do all the construction management and that sort of thing. You put all these improvements in. And by the way, if you look at the numbers, the biggest advantage for lighting retrofits is not the amount of money you're going to save in the utility bill, which in this case would mostly go to the landlord to repay him for the upfront capital cost. The biggest advantage is the increased productivity, the morale, the less absenteeism, the less eye strain and headaches, the less complaints that you have as a result of having those new lights in. So if I could get that kind of an amenity in for my occupants, I'd be all over having the landlord pay for it on my behalf, even though he does get to keep the fixtures or luminaires after I leave the building. It's a win-win. It really is. When written properly, it's a win-win.